Today I'm taking a look at the Cintiq Pro 16 sent to me by Wacom. As the name suggests, this is a 16-inch display tablet. It's my very first time testing any display tablet from Wacom. Now this is the Pro Pen 2, which has an eraser on the end, the same stylus that comes with the Intuos Pro tablet that I did a review on at the beginning of the month. It's a really awesome stylus. In this compartment, we have a pamphlet about the Wacom link adapter, a very thick cleaning cloth, and a power cable. By the way, this box is really heavy. It's about 7 pounds. And here's the tablet itself. Surprisingly very light considering how heavy the package was. The back has 2 built-in legs, a grill, and I think these slits are for attaching the legs from the older Cintiq model. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. Under this sexy semi-transparent sheet, we have more cables and accessories. I want to do a quick comparison. So I've been using the Wacom Intuos Pro tablet for the past year, and it's been a great tablet. It doesn't have a display though, so when I'm drawing, there's a bit of a disconnect since my pen is drawing on one surface, but I'm looking up at another. As I mentioned earlier, I've never tried a Wacom display tablet before, so I'm super stoked for this. Really surprised at how thin and light the Cintiq Pro is, considering it's a display tablet. At the bottom, they're almost comparable in thickness. The material on the front and back of the tablet are silky smooth. It feels so nice. This is the pen stand, which comes with extra pen tips and a remover tool. Remember this little thing right here? It's also a stylus holder, but it attaches to the tablet, allowing the stylus to stand upright or be tucked away securely. It's a really nice addition. With this, I don't think I'm going to use the pen stand because my desk is already very cluttered. Now, I love how they designed the folding legs on this thing, how flush they are when they're collapsed, the fact that it's built into the tablet, and also how sturdy it is as well. Okay, let's set this thing up. First, I'm going to plug everything into the Wacom Link Plus. Now, since my PC is kind of old, I had to use an HDMI cable, which didn't actually come with the Cintiq. What I love about this whole wiring setup is there's only one cable connected to the tablet itself. So if I want to, I can easily plop it on my lap and curl up on the couch to draw. Installation consisted of deleting all other Wacom drivers and installing the Cintiq Pro driver. Super quick installation. The colors on this device are vibrant and the screen is very bright. This supports 4K resolution, but unfortunately I'm plugged in via HDMI, so it's displaying at WQHD instead. Nevertheless, it's still a very beautiful and sharp looking screen. Time for the drawing test. I pretty much instantly fell in love with this tablet as soon as the stylus touched the glass. It's as smooth as butter, yet there's this soft pencil on paper sound that accompanies the movement, and it's so soothing. I could draw squiggles all day long. I'm not joking. It's like self-induced ASMR. The Pro Pen 2 has more than 8,000 levels of pressure sensitivity. It's very easy to make thin, light lines, and since I'm a light to medium sketcher and like to focus on drawing the tiniest of details, I think it should complement my drawing style very well. Again, I can't get over how effortless it feels to draw with this stylus, and on this particular screen. I'm familiar with this stylus because it comes with the Intuos Pro, but it feels so much better on this tablet. It doesn't even feel like the same one. Anyway, tilt sensitivity is great. It even registers the stylus at the most extreme angle. Now it's time for a speed drawing. The reference image that I'm using for this is pulled off of Google, and I'll credit the artist down below. So far, this is my favorite drawing tablet ever, because there's an incredible feeling of flow and ease as I draw. Now it obviously beats the Intuos Pro because it has a sweet screen that I can draw on directly. When I'm working digitally, I almost always start my sketches in pencil first. But with this tablet, I really think the experience beats pencil and paper by a long stretch. But maybe I'm speaking too quickly. This is just a really quick test anyway. I'll have to do a longer 3 to 5 hour portrait for a more detailed opinion on this device. That will come in the form of a part 2. Something I think could be improved so far are the rubber grips under the feet, as there is a tiny bit of sliding. Now the Cintiq Pro is advertised to have no parallax, but I do find that there is a 0.5 to 1 millimeter parallax. That's how far the cursor is from the pen tip. So far with my initial drawing test, consisting of scribbles and quick sketches, it hasn't been an issue for me. And as I'm sketching naturally, there's no noticeable lag. Let's turn on the touch feature. In the tablet properties window, I found some really cool gesture controls. With different swipes, taps, and number of fingers, I can access handy shortcuts. My favorite is this one, calling up the on-screen keyboard by tapping all 5 fingers at once. With touch switched on, I can resize my canvas and move it around with 2 fingers. When the pen is in use, the touch feature becomes disabled. It also rejects my palm and doesn't create any unwanted marks when I move it across the screen. Also, if you haven't noticed, I've ditched my smudge guard glove because the tablet screen is so heavenly. Like, unless you have sweaty palms, I can't imagine how anyone could wear a glove while working on this tablet. It's like a sin. It does pick up a lot of oil, but the cleaning cloth does a pretty good job at removing them. Okay, I found a glitch. So the stylus has an eraser on the top, right? When I erase out of the active area, sometimes the eraser will come back as a pen. Reverting back is pretty simple. Just turn the stylus around and then back to the eraser end and voila, back to being an eraser. Now let's take a look at the other touch-sensitive buttons. This one pulls up a display settings window to adjust brightness and contrast, etc. This button opens the on-screen keyboard. This one pulls up the Wacom Inkspace app, which contains tutorials, tablet and pen properties, etc. And finally, there's this button, which turns the device into a regular tablet. With this switched on, I can use it just like the Intuos Pro tablet, and the gestures work as well. So far with this initial test, the drawing experience on this tablet feels so amazing and pretty darn close to pencil on paper, except better, so much better. There's this incredible sense of flow and ease that immediately connects me to the canvas, even with the very first pen stroke. Other drawing tablets make me feel very conscious that I'm working on a tablet, but with this, I feel a lot more intimate with the artwork. It might be due to how thin the glass is, which means the pen is really close to the drawing on the actual screen below. I was expecting this to be a lot more enjoyable to use compared to the Intuos Pro, but I really didn't expect to fall in love with it this much. Everything just flows like it should, and drawing feels so effortless. Also, I've reviewed 2 display tablets from other companies before this, and none of them had the touch feature, which I find is really convenient because it's a quick way to manipulate the canvas with my left hand as I draw with my right. Stay tuned in a few days for part 2, where I run through a much longer test on this. In the meantime, if you want to check out more specs on it, I have all the links down below. This comes in 3 other sizes, one of them being a 13-inch version, which Wacom is doing a promo event for in October. They're doing a $200 price drop, bringing it down to under $800. If you live in the US, you can also finance your purchase, paying monthly installments, 12 months interest-free. It's a pretty sweet deal for an amazing display tablet. Anyway, links are down below if you're interested. Stay tuned for part 2, and thanks for watching.